So yeah, they take the Egyptian symbol of the obelisk, which was the penis of god Osiris, right? And she, Isis, symbolically mounted this obelisk and impregnated herself without the aid of a man, all right? According to ancient Egyptian writings, which predate the writings of Christianity and Judaism, Osiris' seed was put into Isis. How? How did it happen? Well, let me tell you. Scientifically, we say artificial insemination. Reality of it is they're speaking about in a supple kind of way the immaculate conception, because no man was there. Do we find that story somewhere else? Well, yes, we do. We do. We find that story in the New Testament twice. We find it not only with Mary, the way people push it, but we also find it with Elizabeth, the cousin of Mary, and the mother of John the Baptist. Also was visited by an unearthly being called an angel, because her husband, Zechariah, was also too old to conceive like Abraham. Abraham was too old, y'all. And Sarah said, I'm too old and barren. I can't have no children. And they said, don't worry about it. So the obelisk needle symbol of the penis became the point from which religions groups of modern day Muslims and Jews call on their followers. The Muslims get up there in the minute, put a finger behind their ear and yell out, Allah Akbar. Allah is the biggest, most, and the oldest, they say, the greatest. But the translation is really Akbar, means biggest or oldest. All right. The Christians do the same thing. They have a big bell in the cathedral tower that they ring, and they ring it, and it means everybody to come to the church in assembly, or the masjid, the petition place for prayer to God. But it came from the obelisk of ancient Egypt, the Ben. The ancient name for it was Ben. The same thing grafted in Arabic and Hebrew today. Ben, the son of a son. Ibn, they say, yeah, Ben Israel, or children or sons of Israel, do such and such. The name of that thing was Ben, because it symbolized the production of that son Horus, which in Egypt in heretics was Suzid Har, Har. In the Islamic world, and in the Torah, in the Jewish world, they both agreed that both Muhammad and Moshe went up into Jebel, a mountain, Har, in the Torah is there, Har, for the holy mountain. And in Islam, it says Muhammad went up in the year 610 and sought in the mount of Har, right? Har is short for Horus. They both went up at night after the sun had disappeared to have Set, right? After Set had killed Osiris, they changed the name from Usir to Osiris because of the brother that wrote Osiris on the board. You'll find that the first letter is a symbol used to this very day as the sun, a round circle, okay? And this Osiris god who had a child by his wife who he did not touch sexually is where you get your immaculate conception, your blessed mother Mary, your Madonna in Latin, all right? But to go back from the mountain of light and the obelisk and the minute in the tower, we go back to the name Horus. And that's why we said the Hindis say Hari Krishna. You hear the word Hari, right? Har, and then Krishna, Christ, Christos, anointed one, Messiah, or Messiah. The word Messiah, Messa, believe it or not, is alligator fat. In ancient Egypt, because they used alligator fat to make the oil that they anointed the Egyptian messiahs with. So even the word Messiah in Messa is an Egyptian word, Messa. The word Moses, Musa, or Moshe, be it used by the Latins, the Muslims, or the Jews, is from the Egyptian heretic word Mos, to be drawn out of the water. All right. He was Thutmose. That was his Egyptian name, Thutmose, because as Mos, he was a student of the great Thoth, who was responsible for using his very yard. the Hebrew letter, the smallest letter in the Hebrew language, Yod. Why you see a lot of Jews, whether they are Heretic or Southern, they wear a little symbol with the yard and a hand that stands for the hand of God. If you visit a synagogue and then read from the Torah, you will see the Kohen or the rabbi literally take a stick with a small staff with another one holds the Torah and has a hand just like this, and he points. He dares not touch with his own hand, but he points to the words of the Tanakh and reads from it. That's the hand that carved the Torah. That was, I ain't gonna say that, my hand, but I mean the hand of the Egyptian deity Tahuti or Thoth. Combined, we get Thutmose, who gave them their Torah. Now, they may have forgotten that, but their God never forgot. Their God sent them Yahweh, who also gets his name from Yahu, Ohi, and who is also a heretic word for the creative source of will. Not the creative source of life, but the being that gave mortals willpower, self-determination. When man became their own gods in Egypt. So Horus again identifies with horizon. What is the horizon? The horizon of the horizontal layer from which the sun appears to come over, right? And when the sun comes out of darkness where it has set and comes back to life, it has resurrected back to life. All right. It comes over the mountain or over the sea. And people who look at the horizontal planet apparently and watch it appear to rise as a scarab pushes it through the sky. They watch the light of it move across the water, all right? And they say the Son of God is walking on the water. I know y'all understanding this now. And if you stood at the horizon and watched the sun come over the water, you can actually see the water, the light, and stand, and the light will come over to you and bring you life eternally. Warmth, growth, because that's what the sun brings. That's what Afsu brings. That's what Shamash brings. Without that sun, there is no life. Without that sun, there is no Jesus.